just do this. There you go. Right, so what we're going to do, guys, is, well, we'll get a client on ideally every week to have a chat to about how they've gone about getting the results, how they found everything, what challenges they come up against, and with Emma in particular, we're going to talk about preconceived thoughts when people like look at Emma, for example, and she says she's gained weight and all that kind of crap. So we'll start off first off with like Emma's story. So before the gym, what were you doing? Like, have you had any training experience or anything like that before joining?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so before I came to GI Joe's, I was a gym virgin. I knew nothing about the gyms, honestly. I think the most I'd done, I'd been to one other commercial gym many years ago, and I think the most I did was press the button on the treadmill and walk for an hour, and that was about it.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything else. And I think I got to a place in my life where I put weight on. You know, I was 40 and I was kind of making excuses for myself, like, oh, I've had 5 children, I'm 40, it's okay. But then I could see it creeping up and up, and I didn't like the fact that my clothes weren't fitting and it was going up in sizes. Like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, I've got to do something. It was biting the bullet. And I've seen lots of ads on Facebook about having amazing results with you, and I was like, okay, I need to go there because I need to get my butt whipped, basically. So yeah, I knew nothing. I wasn't a gym bunny. I knew nothing at all. Nothing. I was really scared.
Yeah. So you started off with Kate, didn't you? Oh, there's an echo.
I did. Kate, oh bless her, she put up with me, didn't she? So I remember being really scared, like I say, going the first time because I didn't know anything, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be judged because I didn't know anything or because of the way I looked, because in my head I was the worst, very critical of myself. But Kate was fab. She is absolutely amazing trainer. She knows techniques perfectly, and she won't have you do them any other way unless they're right. But she tailored it all to me. You know, she asked what I could do, what I couldn't do. The support was fab, and she worked at my pace until I was able to get stronger and fitter, and then she kind of pushed me and pushed me. And I remember, oh gosh, the first few weeks, even the first month, and I would leave there on my knees. I was crawling out of the door because she'd worked me so hard. And I remember my friend saying, oh, I can see you've lost a little bit of weight. And I was like, okay. I couldn't see it at the time. I couldn't, you know, but after about 6 weeks, I did start seeing changes, and I stuck at it. Oh my gosh, it was hard. And I remember driving there thinking, I can't do another hour, she's going to kill me. But I stuck at it, and yeah, I got there in the end. It was tough, but you know, I got there.
So after the one-to-one, you went down to semi-private, wasn't it?
Yeah. So after 3 months with Kate, I had more confidence. I'd built up my confidence. I was stronger. I'd already lost some weight towards my goal. I was nowhere near what I wanted to be, but it was certainly a big step in the right direction. And I thought, okay, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to brave the semi-private with you. And I was like, oh my God, okay, I don't know anyone because I'd only been on a one-to-one. So I wasn't sure, you know, if I was going to be able to keep up the pace of the class, or, you know, what the other ladies were going to be like. I had no idea. So I thought, no, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm not just going to stop at the one-to-one. I need to carry on what I was doing. And I just started off doing 3 sessions a week, I think. It was, you know, but it was more than enough at that point, really, for my training then. And it was a whole new playground downstairs because I was training upstairs in the gym.
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I didn't know where anything was or anything. And I learned, you know, more moves and techniques, and the weights I was lifting was getting heavier, and everybody was so lovely there. You know, there's no judgment there. It's not like other commercial gyms where I think, oh my gosh, they're looking at me because I can't do this, that, or the other. You know, everyone helps everyone out. And it sounds really cliche, but it really is true. And the training again, as you know, I'm going to say, you won't have it done unless it's done correctly. And I know you push us because you know what we're capable of doing, and you do push us to our boundaries. But I'm the sort of person, I need that, because if I'm left on my own, I'm not going to push myself. But yeah.
So what's your background then? Have you done any like team sports, or did you compete in anything like that, or?
No, I'm really not a sporty person until I came to the gym. Seriously, I hated sports. If I could get out of PE in school, believe me, I got out of it. I really didn't like it at all. Maybe it's because I wasn't encouraged or supported to do it, maybe. Because clearly I seem to like it now. I've been with you for 16 months, so it's something that I do enjoy, but I really knew nothing at all.
It's crazy because people look around the gym and there's all different types of people in the gym. But when you speak to people about what their worries are and concerns are, no matter what the background is, they're all the same. Everyone's worried about being judged, not fitting in, or not being able to do what everyone else can do, and it's strange. So how did you find that? Because you obviously had that going into 1-to-1, and then when you went into semi-pro as well, you had those kind of thoughts again, didn't you?
It was really scary, because it was like being the new girl all over again. And even though I was quite comfortable and confident with Kate, because Kate knew what I was able to do, but then it was almost like having to prove myself in a way that, you know, I'm worthy to be with this group. And I was like, oh my God, I can't keep up with them. They lift so much more than me, and they're so much fitter than me. But even though I think there was 8 of us in a class, and even though we were at different abilities, I was still able to work at my pace, which was fine, and I was still progressing at my own pace amongst amazing other women who were helping me along as well. So I didn't feel judged at all, and it was so lovely, because I think had I felt that way, I probably wouldn't have stuck at it.
Yeah, good. So results wise, what had you seen change in you from when you first joined to finishing 1-to-1 and then going into semi-pro? What happened?
So when I first started with Kate, oh my gosh, I had no confidence. I couldn't go into a clothes shop and go and try something on, because, you know, change room lights are horrible the best of times. Trust me. Let alone not knowing what size you were going to go in. And, you know, the more I was moving up sizes, the more confidence I was losing. And I know that you shouldn't pin yourself to a dress size or a weight, but it really does knock your confidence when you're used to being one size and then you find yourself 2 or 3 sizes more, you know. So when I first started with Kate, and like I said, it did take me a few weeks for me to start seeing differences, but then it was like, oh, yeah, I kind of like myself again, you know, and I'm able to go to the shop, and I was trying things on, and my confidence was growing, and I was getting stronger, and well, there was just a huge difference, and I could see my weight coming down. I mean, there were times when it plateaued, and even though I was following, you know, the calories, I didn't know why it plateaued, but I think it's times like that you can give up, because you think, oh, this just isn't working. You know, I'm doing everything and it's not working. I mean, all I would say to anyone is just keep going. Don't give up. It can happen. But if you push through it, you will see the difference. It will happen. You will get there.
Yeah, because it's not a straight line, is it? You're not going to just be consistent along the way with your results.
No, definitely not.
It's like, how have you found it? Because obviously you're not what people are classed as overweight, and you're not out of shape, but to you were, and you didn't feel comfortable in like how your body was or anything like that. How's that? Because yeah, it's a bit different when other people see you as like they'd love to look like that, but you don't feel comfortable. So how do you feel with all that?
No, and the thing is, you know, you can't escape your own mind.
No.
You have to live with yourself 24/7. So, you know, 100 people could tell you, oh, you look great though, there's nothing wrong with you, you know, you've had 5 children, you're over 40, you're looking great. And I'm like, yeah, I must be looking in a different mirror, because I don't see that. And if I can't accept that with me, then I need to work towards something that I can be happy with, you
Mm.
know. And I am unfortunately a perfectionist, which isn't always a good thing, because I can be really, really hard and critical of myself. But on the other hand, then that's what pushes me forward. That's what gives me my goals, you know. So I know other people could look and think, oh, she's doing great, she doesn't need to lose a pound or whatever. But you know, it's what self-actualization is where I want to get to.
Yeah.
And I think if I didn't have that, I certainly wouldn't have had the drive to push me through all of last year. And it was tough going, you know, it was tough going, not just the classes, but sticking to the calories and the macros, you know. It takes some determination and self-discipline to do that, although I did fall off the wagon a couple of times. I'm human, you know, it happens. Yeah, you know, I pulled it back.
Yeah. So how did you find that? How long was it before you did the photo shoot then? How long had you been a member before the photo shoot started?
9 months, so not a great deal of time really, but maybe long enough to understand what I needed to do when I knew how to lift and I had the techniques and things like that. So yeah, 9 months in, and then I braved it.
What did you find? What was the difference between what you were doing and the photo shoot challenge?
I think the photo shoot challenge, I'd already seen the first one and I saw how amazing everybody looked. And I was like, yeah, okay, I want a bit of that. Okay, you know, I was ticking along quite nicely. I was still getting results, don't get me wrong. I was still getting results. I was still dropping the weight that I wanted to drop, and I was still training and getting fitter and so on. But the photo shoot challenge just gave me that something extra to focus on and work towards. And you know, I'm very determined when I want to be, and I'm always going to give something 100%. If I'm going to commit to something, I'm going to do it, you know, and I wasn't going to let it beat me. But you know, it's not called a challenge for no reason. I think in the beginning I underestimated how tough it was going to be.
Yeah.
Especially the last 4 weeks, I think it was the toughest, but it was definitely worth it. Definitely worth it.
Yeah, it's difficult because obviously you've only got 12 weeks on the photo shoot challenge, so to get the best results possible, you've got to give all you can.
Absolutely.
And some people do, they go all in, and some people won't wholeheartedly commit to it, but they still get results. They just may not be as far forward as they could have been. So it's all down to the type of person you are, I guess, and your lifestyle and what you're willing to give up or sacrifice or change. So was there a lot of change that you had to do?
Obviously I didn't have much downtime at home. You know, I was coming home from work, I was doing all the school runs, and then I was heading to the gym straight away. But to begin with the photo shoot, I was only doing that 3 times a week and maybe doing a shred on the Saturday. I wasn't pushing myself too much.
Yeah.
And I was getting results. I could see the weight was going down, the inches were dropping, I was getting results. But then, of course, I think it was the last month, and it was like, okay, to really, really get the results that I wanted. And I thought, I'm not going to do this photo shoot and not get as good as I can get. You know, I think I would have kicked myself if I hadn't have gone all out for it. So then I think I started training, doing double sessions and, you know, training a bit more. But it was only for that end goal. You know, it was just for to get the results that I wanted, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did lose a bit of time there. But I don't think I made that many sacrifices other than that. You know, I was still doing whatever I was, still working and doing everything there. So it was definitely worth it though. I loved the photo shoot day. It was awesome.
Great day, isn't it?
He was so good.
Yeah. So after the photo shoot challenge, obviously we had a bit of food and drinks and stuff like that. What happened after that? What's been the story?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so there was all the hype with the photo shoot. It was amazing, and I'd lost like oodles of weight, probably far more than I thought I was going to. So I thought, oh, it's okay, you know, I can put a few pounds back on and it'll be absolutely fine. because I'm well within my limit type thing. But of course, it's really hard if you're not tracking your food to keep a tab of this. And we had Christmas, and we all overindulge a bit Christmas time anyway, which was fine. It's Christmas, we all work hard anyway. But it was like, okay, I'll get back on this tomorrow, and I'll start again on Monday. It's okay, I'll just enjoy this weekend. And then January came, and I did kind of bring it back in. I was tracking again, and I was training, and it was all good. But then the lockdown happened. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I couldn't train anymore like I used to, and work got very stressful. So I still have my routine where I get up and go to work. I'm still very fortunate in that way. I know there's a lot of people out there who are going through a lot of things. But sorry, can you still see me, because something just popped up on my screen? Okay, I'll just carry on. But my job is really stressful at the minute, so I'm kind of one of these people. I can turn to food when I'm stressed, and yeah, I've certainly done that lately. I definitely turned to food, not so much the alcohol because I needed to drive, but definitely the cheesecake was going down well. Definitely. And the more I would start out well in the mornings, and I would say, right, okay, I'm gonna have my Weetabix and banana, and then I'm gonna have something healthy, and so on and so forth. But as the stress was building up for the day, so I was turning to food to try and comfort myself and get myself through. And then come the evening, be like, well, I've already eaten all that now, so I might as well just finish off with whatever else I want to eat because I've just blown it. And that went on a long time. And it was spiraling out of control. I didn't know how to pull it back. And I was on the verge of kind of giving up on everything, training, everything, because, I just couldn't. I couldn't stop myself. I just sew my mouth shut or something. I don't know. But anyway, we had something on the screen. It's gone now.
Need Paul back.
I do need to get him back in, actually, because I can't see you at all.
He'll be running back in now.
He will be, as long as you can still see. I can't see you, but if you can see and hear me, then that's fine. Yes, but then we had a chat last week, and that was really what I needed, because now I'm back on track, and I've been tracking, and even though in my mind I want to lose about 10 pounds, he's back to help because the screen's gone.
What on earth have we done?
I haven't done anything. There you go. It had gone. There you are. What was I saying? I'm back on track.
Yeah. Good.
Oh yeah, so even though I'm going to lose 10 pounds, other people might not think it, but I really want to, and that's where I'm at.
So have you found, when people talk to you about how lockdown's going, and you're like, oh, I've fallen off the bandwagon, I've gained X amount of weight, are people like, oh, but you look really good still?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Downplay, oh, you've done it. You downplay the negative aspect of it for you.
Yeah, it doesn't help, because I go into work, and everyone, see, at the minute, as you know, I work for the NHS, so we're being gifted a lot of things. Like, I go into work and twice a week, Domino's are turning up at the door, and I mean 4 or 5 huge Domino's pizzas, or then we're having cakes delivered and things. This isn't easy, but
it sounds horrible.
It's really, really bad. It's really bad. So when I'm telling some of the girls, some of the midwives or the district nurses, I'm not going to have any because I want to lose some weight. They're like, but there's nothing wrong with you. And I'm like, well, thank you. It's very nice of you to say, but to me, I'm not in a happy place for my weight and the way I look right now. And it's not good, because I was eating food, and then I was feeling guilty for eating the food, and then I felt even worse the day after because my weight had gone up. So I thought, well, I must well keep eating more bad food, because it doesn't make a difference, because my weight is going up anyway and I can't stop it. And it was a vicious cycle. Yeah.
So what's changed now then? What are you doing now that's different to what you were doing last week?
So since we had a chat, I think even though I know things, I know about macros, I know about things like that, I know training, you know, because you've taught us all really well. I think it's just having the accountability to check in with you every day at the minute. It's like a child making sure I'm doing things right. But to be honest, this is what I need. And I think I mentioned to you before that I'm the sort of person, I could never do open university. I couldn't do it because I wouldn't have the motivation to do it. Whereas I have 2 degrees simply because I went to the university and I attended. So it's not because I don't have the capability, it's because I need people around me to keep me going and keep me focused.
Yeah.
And I think
different environment.
yes, exactly. And I think, you know, last week has just refocused me. So since Wednesday, I've tracked every day, I've weighed every day, and I haven't been crying coming off the scales now because I haven't been eating all the food that I probably shouldn't have been eating. There's no food that's bad for you, it's just eating it in moderation and making it fit.
That's it.
You know, and I don't want to.
Cheesecake.
Yeah, I love my cheesecake. If I can fit it in, believe me, I'll fit it in. You know, no food is bad. I don't want to make anyone think they're eating and being guilty, but this is where I was going with it. I was getting a really bad relationship with food because, you know, I was in a bad place. But, you know, I'm in a good place now. I'm still eating healthily. I'm still eating plenty. I'm back drinking my water again because I went weeks without drinking water, which is a basic thing that everyone should do. But yeah, I'm back on it, definitely.
So what would you say to people similar, so the ones that are completely fallen off the bandwagon, where would be a good place for them to start? What would you suggest?
I would definitely suggest having a one-to-one chat with you. I gotta be honest, I didn't think there was anything that you could have said to me or done to have changed my mindset. But I was wrong, because it did, and it's evident that it did because I've been training every day since. I've been eating the right foods and tracking. Yeah, so definitely have a chat with you. And it's okay if you've fallen off the wagon at the minute. You know, times are really tough. You know, we're not all in the same boat, we're all in the same storm, but we're all in different places with it, and we're all dealing with it the best way that we can. So it's okay if you've had a bit of a meltdown with things, but you know, we can do this. Don't let yourself go any further. You know, you can pull yourself back and it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
You know,
the main thing is to make sure you aren't going to be that like harsh on yourself that come 2030 when we can open the gym again, that you still come back to the gym, or you still go to a gym to train. Because if you're hiding in the shadows now and you're clearly not happy with the way you're treating yourself, like eating, drinking, that kind of stuff, you're not going to be in a position, or not going to be in a mindset of, okay, yeah, fine, the gym's open now, so I can go back to it. You're going to be ashamed. You're going to be embarrassed. You're going to have all these feelings that, you know, there's no need for them really. But
this is exactly how I was feeling, because I would look at my photo shoot photos and you know, it's like, oh my gosh, how can I walk back in the gym where the last time some people saw me I looked like that?
Yeah.
You know, and even though to a lot of other people I still look good, but to me it's like I don't reflect that at the minute. And I was thinking exactly that. But it is a case of being kind to yourself and still loving yourself for who you are, but helping yourself at the same time to get your goals back and get your focus back.
Yeah, because motivation's gone for most people, but we still do what we need to do. It's just about knowing what your goals are, and that's basically what I did with you guys, is reminded you what your goals were and why you wanted them, and pointed you in the direction of them, really.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what we needed. We needed someone to refocus us, and you know, it's kind of a lens being out of focus, and then okay, oh, there it is. Yeah, that's what I needed to do.
Yeah.
Even though it was there all along in front of me, I just couldn't see it.
That's it. Yeah, and it's the same for most people. Like, we'll see a lot of people will be like, right, I'm sorting my shit out now. I'm going to be training again tomorrow morning. I'm going to do this, that, and the other. Then it might not just click. It might not happen. I don't know the reason why it doesn't happen. It's all personal and stuff like that. But did you go through anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Like in an evening, I would talk to Paul and I'd say, right, you know, I'm gonna get up, and I did actually do it for a few days. I'm gonna do some spin, and then I'm gonna go to work, and then I would have done some training at least, you know. And I think I overcompensated a bit, where I was training so much. I was exhausted on one day and I didn't train, and then it was easy to fall back in the habit of not doing anything and eating crap, and you know, and then work got very stressful. And like I would always start out really well in the morning, and I'd have grand plans of, right, I'm not going to eat this and, you know, that and the other. But then by the end of the day, that would have gone out the window. And the more, even if I just had a chocolate bar, rather than stopping at that and pulling it back, it just escalated and it would carry on. And that is so easy to do. Oh, I'll start again tomorrow, and then tomorrow I'll start again tomorrow, and it never comes. So easy to do.
Yeah. Oh God, like Claire's asking, would you do the photo shoot again?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I can't believe I said that, because towards the end it was, like I say, it's a challenge. It was hard. But the actual day, oh, it was amazing. I never felt so good as I did on that day. So I would definitely do it again.
Obviously, some people might look at you and be like, well, would you want to do the same as last time? Would you want to achieve the same as you achieved last time, or would you want better or different? What?
Well, now that's the scary thing, because, you know, they were good results. I think for me, they were really good results.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of scared that I wouldn't even get, if I wouldn't get that far again. I would like to progress, you know, definitely. I'd like to have more definition and, you know, build myself a bit more. Yeah, I think that's right, but it is scary.
Yeah, God, yeah. It was scary for me when I said I'd do it, because I didn't start it at the same time as everyone else. I jumped in late, and being a coach, as a coach, you want to look better than anyone else. You want to be setting the standard, so to speak. So yeah, it's rough. Yeah, it's rough, and especially if you're going to do it the second time round, you're going to be comparing yourself to the last results.
The pressure's on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think it'll be on an edge more. Like a little thing could throw you off a little bit more on the second time round than the first time round, potentially. So you've got to have that mindset right for the second time or third time.
Absolutely. You've got to get, it's like you say, it's all in the mind. Your body will do whatever, you know, it's just your mind that holds you back a lot of the time. So, you know, you can't lift that weight. Well, no, you can. It's just you're probably too scared. Or like me, I was too scared to squat down with a certain weight in case I didn't get back up.
Yes.
You know, it was just having the confidence in myself to do it and telling my brain I could. So yeah.
So what, when it comes to like diets and stuff like that, what was your idea of diet, and what you knew you needed to do for weight loss before you joined the gym, and then what you know now?
Oh, okay. I think before I joined the gym, I didn't really know much about it at all. I certainly, you know, dieting, I'll put it that way, it's more like healthy eating then, I should say, rather than dieting. It's simple, really. I think sometimes we can overcomplicate it.
Yeah.
You know, from my understanding, the way I kind of process it is, you know, calories in versus calories out, without going into macros and things, which I know now. I knew nothing about it before. I didn't know how to get the best out of food and to eat healthy, and how to build my body and nourish it. You know, I didn't know these things. I certainly didn't know how to put myself into a calorie deficit, which would still keep me healthy, but I would still lose weight, tick along, and still build muscle, because that's hard to lose weight and build muscle.
Yes.
Blimey. But now, you know, I know loads. You know, I'm not an expert by any means, but I certainly know enough to keep me going and keep progressing. I can always come to you and Kate if I'm a bit stumped anyway.
But, good. So is there anything you'd like to add or say? Because obviously you've got people that are watching that are members at the moment. Anything that you'd say to them if they're struggling, or if, you know, if they're up in the air about nutrition and getting back on top of things, or anything like that?
I think I'd say, you know, if you're struggling, just don't feel guilty about things you may have eaten or habits you've got into. Just draw a line under it. It's gone, it's past. You know, tomorrow's a new day, or even this evening if you really want to be brave. You know, speak to you, speak to Kate. You know, they will help you refocus, and you can do it one day at a time, you know. And I think that's the way I look at a lot of things, is that if you look at something as a whole, as a really big, like Everest isn't climbed in a day, you know, you take it little bites, little chunks at a time, little steps at a time, and every step in the right direction helps. So, you know, if it's a pound weight loss, all these little pounds, they add up.
Yeah.
You know, weight doesn't drop off in a week if you've been eating bad, crappy food for the last 2 months. But keep at it, and you will see the difference.
Yeah, I think a lot of people get frustrated because they'll see amazing results, or they'll see like things online or on TV, or, you know, all these programs about extreme weight loss, and then they get disheartened when they only drop a pound in a week.
That's, you know, that's great, dropping a pound in a week. That's going the right way.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't want radical weight loss because you won't sustain it.
No.
It needs to be gradual, and you need to be kind to yourself, because I think if you go harsh into something, you're just going to give up. You're going to get hungry, you're going to get miserable, and you're going to give up. So you need to do it the right way, and then you'll be happier, and you'll just see the weight coming off slowly. And within, like I said in the beginning, I didn't see a change in me until 4-6 weeks into training with Kate, because it was a gradual weight loss and it was a gradual change. But then once the change started to happen, it motivated me to keep going, because I wanted more change, bigger change, which is why I went into the photo shoot, because I really wanted to push myself to see how far I could go. You know, me never been to a gym before, oh my gosh, never been athletic in my life, to then be doing this photo shoot in a gym. You know, I was like, wow, where have I come from?
Big change.
A huge change. And it was fab.
Yeah, no, you did really well. It'll be interesting to see what happens on the next photo shoot when we get it started.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I know there's a lot of people that are wanting to do it, that are in, like, members that are wanting to do it. Alison, for one, she wants to do it again. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
That'll
Right.
be fun.
We'll wrap this up then, I think, because
Cool.
yeah, it's been really good. Yeah, so thanks for coming on.
No, thank you for having me.